Hey, Empath. I wanted to tell you about something that happened to me last week. It has to do with semi-new gift that I have that I've known about for a while, but it hasn't presented itself so consistently in a really long time. And it gave me an opportunity to help a friend. So, as you guys know, I was traveling last week, and while I was in the airport, I randomly got this pain in my neck, my shoulder, on the left side. And being a lefty, I carry everything on my right side so that I have my left hand free. So it was very strange for me to just randomly get this severe pain in my neck and shoulder on the left side. So while I was sitting there in the airport, I actually had to work it out, figure out which muscles were upset and get them to calm down and relax while I was in the airport. It was very awkward to have to do, but it was important. I wasn't going to be able to get on my next flight with that pain. So I took care of that and was able to resolve it mostly, except for maybe one little spot in my upper trap on the left side. So then I want to say it was maybe if not the next day, the day after that, one of my friends that I had gone to see mentioned that she was having pain so bad in her neck that she couldn't turn it. And I immediately knew, I'm a massage therapist, but neck and shoulders have been my specialty for years. So I already knew that I could help her with that. So my instinct was just come over, I got you, right? But once she was on her way, I was talking to another friend, and it kind of occurred to me that it was probably related to this gift that I have, physical empathy, and it presenting itself, right? So before the friend that was in pain came over, I told the other friend about what I experienced in the airport, and I told her, if it's on this side, then we know exactly, we know for sure that that's what it was, right? So the friend comes in and immediately she's walking like this. You could tell it's almost like she had put on an imaginary neck brace in her mind. She could not move, right? And had been dealing with this pain for several days at this point. So she comes in and she's like, yeah, it's my whole left side, which was really, it was a confirmation for me, but it was really validating, but also fulfilling to be able to then use my skills and knowledge to help her with something that she had been dealing with for days, but that I had also specifically felt a day or two before that, out of nowhere, while I was sitting in the airport. So I kind of wanted to tell you guys a little bit about these muscles in this area, because it is another thing that I've noticed is that we kind of have collective muscle issues that happen. I'll literally see several people in one day that are having an issue in the same muscle group. So with that being something that I've noticed again since that, and something that someone else has mentioned to me, another client mentioned to me earlier today, I wanted to kind of tell you guys about this muscle. It's called the sternocleidomastoid. We call it the SCM for short because of where it attaches to. So this muscle is actually responsible for helping to turn the neck, but also the cringy grimacing muscles that bring the corners of your neck, your mouth downwards, like that. These guys, that's really all they're meant to do. But with us being so forward focused and having our phones and driving and everything you do, you're using your arms forward, right? When we're kind of bent forward in that way, it can cause these to start to shorten. They can start to get kind of rigid. They can start to get knots, and you won't notice them if you're not stretching and opening up backwards so that you can feel how short they're getting, right? So that's one thing. Making sure that you're doing stretches where you're opening, you're bringing the arms up and back, and where you're bringing the neck, the chin up, can really be helpful for that area. But when you try to do that and you notice that there's stiffness or tightness, then you're wanting to kind of get in there and do some pressure in these muscles through here. And I'm going to show you a little bit about that. All right? All right, so once you've identified that the muscles at the front of the neck are tight and starting to shorten from all your forward focused posture, you want to make sure you stand up straight and tall. You want to relax the arms, relax the shoulders, and you want to slowly rotate the neck. Slowly roll the head around and just loosen up, warm up all of those neck muscles, and pay attention to all the little places where it feels kind of tight or rigid, or like it doesn't want to make a complete circle, like it's wanting to kind of stop. All right, so you pay attention to where those places are, and instead of forcing it, you want to kind of stop right where you start to feel the resistance. Take a deep breath and just allow the muscles to kind of settle in and relax and open. That might take 20 seconds, it might take 30 seconds, but give your body the time that it needs to settle into the stretch before you move on. All right, this is a slow process. I've already stretched once today, so it's going to be a little easier for me, but I do still have a little soreness, a little tightness on this left side where I was telling you about that knot that I felt before. So I'm getting the muscles at the neck, but it's also getting into the upper traps because I've got the weight of my arm counterbalancing what I'm doing with my head, right? So the head is one weight, the arm is another weight. Obviously my arms are a little heavier than most, but you can even hold on to something heavy in this arm if you can still relax at the shoulder, relax through the arm, and just grip it. That will help you to kind of counterweight and counterbalance and get a good stretch through here. Again, the stretch shouldn't be painful. If it's painful, then you're going too hard with it. You literally want to stop right where you feel that resistance. So imagine if I had a rubber band, right? A rubber band has its natural shape, and then it's got an elasticity, a range of where it's willing to easily stretch, right? So within that range, if you were to hold it, like maybe put it around something that keeps it in that shape, right? And leave it that way, hold it in that way, it will stretch to where its new shape is longer, right? That's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to pull all the way to the ends of the elasticity and get it all shiny and damaged, right? We're literally just going right to the resistance and stopping, okay? You want to make sure you're hydrated. You want to make sure you're warm when you do these type of things. So stretching in the morning, you're mostly just wanting to introduce motion and movement to the body. All right, you're not really wanting to go as far as, you know, the flexibility allows with your cold stretches. Once you've gotten up, you got your circulation moving, you've got your body moving, then you can start to kind of go a little farther with it. Stretch the same areas again and go a little deeper because the body will allow for it then. All right, stretching should never be painful. So what I wanted to do is talk about the sternocleidomastoid muscle, right? It's got two branches. One of them connects to the top of the sternum. One connects to the front edge of your clavicle. And the other end is connected to the mastoid process. It's a bump in the bone behind your ear, okay? So it's going diagonal. See if I can make mine show up. Anyway, so if you reach up there and feel it, it should be kind of ropey, I guess you could say. And when you tilt your head in different ways, you're going to feel it moving. You'll be able to kind of manipulate it a little bit, okay? So with this muscle, literally just a little bit of tension, right? I've got hold of it right here. I'm going to hold it, and then I'm just going to slowly tip my head back until it comes out of my fingers. Slowly tip my head back. Slowly tip my head back. And then to get it up here, I have to kind of turn my head. You see, I can see if we can get the light on it. Got it again here. Tip my head to the side, and away from my fingers. All right, let me do this side so you can see with the sunlight. Okay, so there's the muscle right there. And I'm gonna pick it up. So I'm kind of behind it. So it's easier to do when we tip towards, right? So bringing my eye, right, or my temple down towards my hands to get it, look, there it is, you can see it now, right? Get it to relax and pop out. I can hold on to it and then it pops off. And so that's just targeting where it's stretching out. And I'm literally just loosening it up a little bit. So that's not going in deep with any strength. That's muscle knots or adhesions or trigger points or anything like that. You're literally just trying to loosen it up and open it up. And even just doing that, you might feel some relief at the back, the base of the neck and the tops of the shoulders, in between the shoulder blades in that area, because it's like a counterweight thing that happens. So when this is short, then it's stretching and putting pressure on everything in the back. When you lengthen that, then the head is able to go back over where it's supposed to be, right? So all of these muscles at the front, we've got scalenes, we've got all kinds of little spots in here that can get tight, and all of this has other places that reflexively affects in the back, the shoulders, the lower back, down the arms. There's even trigger points in your hands that can affect your shoulders and your neck. All of it's connected, all of it's interrelated, and I've spent over 10 years learning about all of this stuff. There is a trigger point in your calf that can give you low back pain. The body is a puzzle and it's the patterns, the things that you do on a daily basis, the things that you don't do on a daily basis, the way you stretch, the way you move, that train your body and gives it different patterns that will then affect the way that it moves. It'll affect your body mechanics, your range of motion, and those types of things. So getting your massages regularly with the same person is helpful, because that person can kind of start to learn those patterns. What's going on with your muscles? What do you need them for? What are you using them for on a daily basis? So that they can help you to maintain your muscle strength and flexibility and health. All right. I don't know if I'm going to do another one of these. This was really difficult for me. So I will see you next time. Drop me a comment. Let me know if it was helpful to you, or if you have any questions about any of the other muscles in the upper neck, the shoulders, the upper back, that kind of thing. And either I will comment, or maybe I'll be brave and make another video. All right, bye.